We are getting to the business end of this hui, and it's been a beautiful hui. It is my absolute pleasure to present and introduce the Hon Willie Jackson, Minister for Māori Development. A former urban Māori chief executive and award-winning radio and television broadcaster and role model for Bernie O'Donnell. Primarily based in Tāmaki Makaurau and supporting the likes of Tunu and McLean, he has supported the rights of Māori and urban Māori nationally for many years, with a focus on community development, particularly in South Auckland. Son of the late Bob Jackson and Fire Dame June Jackson, New Zealand's longest serving parole board member, and his awesome wahine, Tānia Rangihuia, a former Victoria lecturer of mine in Māori and Women's Studies and now school principal. Willie is the Minister for Māori Development and Associate Minister for ACC and the Ministry of Justice. Do not trip up on that step. At the end of 2020, Minister Jackson announced that all mandated government agencies must follow the Cabinet-approved progressive procurement policy being led by TPK and IMBI. I am advised that the policy purpose is to increase the variety of suppliers engaged by government, a target of 5% of the total number of buyer procurement contracts, did I see value, are awarded to Māori businesses, provide Māori businesses with equitable access to government procurement opportunities, and to create economic opportunity that will support whānau Māori enterprise and encourage mutual growth. E te whānau, e te maria, piki paki paki, mō matua Willie Jackson.
Kia ora tama, kia ora tātou hui mai nei, e hara mai mo te kaupapa a tino whakahirehira, he honere nui ki ta haramai waingamia koutou, ki te tautoko tēnei kaupapa ātā hui tēnei wā. Nō reira tēnā koutou, tēnā no tātou katoa. I was looking at Tama and thinking about the first time I met him. I was in New York, Ariana, New York. And that was 21 years. You've aged considerably, Tama. I know you're on this young thing, but you look much younger than me, actually, ever look at you. But you did well getting over that, didn't you? But what can I say, when you talk about courage, this Ariana and Hama have shown a lot of courage. Homai te paki paki, I think they're doing a wonderful job. Doing a wonderful job, really proud of the work they're doing, and if there's one thing, I just got told about some of the themes of the day, and courage has to be the one that stands out for all of us if we're going to progress in this particular area. You know, when Minister Mahuta was the one who first talked about procurement, and she came off the back of watching the Australian experience and seeing what was happening in that area, we thought we had it through, and then Tama's uncle Winston Peters had different views. Tama, you remember that, don't you? He's a good man, Winston, don't get me wrong. He's a great friend. But you know, these are politics. This is politics. And I was just proud as a Māori caucus that we took it through, and we took it to the line, and it got rejected, and that was about a year back. But we've had an opportunity to bring it through. And although I'm always arguing with my Māori Party mates who they said 5%, it should be 25%, and we have those sort of debates. I says, yeah, but you know, you guys are going to quadruple everything we do, you could do 3 times better. And so you go through all those political arguments, but I was really pleased to get it in. And I think if you want to analyse our government, this is an example of the types of kaupapa, pro-Māori kaupapa that we've put through that typifies what we've been doing for the last, particularly for the last 6 months. And I challenge everyone where I go to come up with another government, whether it was Labour or National, who put through the type of kaupapa we have. What are we putting through? We're putting through procurement. What are we doing in Ihumātao? We work with the people and we made sure that we got a just solution for the people of Ihumātao. What are we doing in Kohanga Reo? We're giving record funding to Kohanga Reo. Whānau Ora, record funding. We've put history back in the schools. We've got Matariki, a Matariki Day. I don't think anyone would have ever envisaged that a government, and you know, I think people think a Māori party government might have done that, but I don't think they would have thought a government that was mainly Pākehā would come up with a Matariki Day that everyone is supporting. Even so many Pākehā, and I think that's a salute to our nation. And what did we come up a month ago, or 3 weeks ago? An independent Māori health setup that has been roundly applauded by people around the country and is driven by my good friend Sky's partner, Penny Henare, doing a terrific job for us in the Māori health area. And I think those are signs of a mature nation. We have obviously as a government been under attack for the last probably 2 months now over every kaupapa and every initiative that we're putting up that looks like it might favour Māori. But we're holding fast on this because we know that it may be targeted funding, but it is necessary. It is necessary because Māori business, for example, have been factored out of the big equation. There's no doubt about that. Māori business people have told me this for years. So when the procurement idea came up, you know, everybody said, yes, yes, please. This is our chance to get into the ring. This is our chance to participate. Please give us an opportunity. And we have had nothing but support from Māori businesses around the country. And Pākehā business are saying yes, please too. So I salute our people who have been involved in this procurement process. The tamas and the and arianas who are leading the way for us. And my own agency, Te Puni Kōkiri, is working very closely with them in terms of accessing the market. It makes absolute sense that we use government procurement in New Zealand to deliver wider social outcomes for our communities. And this government wants to broaden its suppliers. Now, the international evidence shows that greater economic resilience and regional opportunities can be achieved when the very businesses that operate in our regions are actively involved in our economic recovery. So this government wants you and whānau and hapu and iwi to be involved. We say that increasing the diversity of suppliers for government to choose from means you'll get better social and economic outcomes for us all. And what does diversity mean? I mean, I think you probably covered it today. When we talk about business, we're not just talking about the dollar side of things. We're not talking just about the commercial side of things. We're talking about in terms of Māori business, manaakitanga, tautoko, aroha, characteristics that should be a part of all businesses, characteristics that mark Māori business. And this is what I have really enjoyed through this process. To that young lady who talked about what I have gone through, we have tried to develop these types of things in South Auckland for some time, as John has out in West Auckland, by Māori for Māori initiatives. And we've done it at Wāti, and we've done it through our different businesses, and some of those businesses have fallen over. But Māori are allowed to fail sometimes too, you know. Some people think every time we set up a business that it's got to be a raging success, but people here know how tough it is in the business arena. And so when I see a Māori business fall over, I have a look at it, and if they come to me, we analyse things together, and I always say, get your head up and have another crack, have another go, because this is a tough market. You're in a COVID market right now. The other side of things is, as Māori, we need to deepen and broaden the economic potential of SMEs. Because more than 60% of Māori GDP is produced by these enterprises. So there has to be a real emphasis in terms of SMEs. I can see the smart use of procurement and supply chains can deliver more public value. And the other side of it is a chance for our workforce to upskill, get more employment, contracting opportunities for Māori and Pasifika. We have seen the flow on from this in terms of mahi for our young ones, getting them upskilled, giving them opportunities. And you know, Te Puni Kōkiri is excited by this. We will not be dissuaded or put off by the political attacks that seem to be coming at us every day. It seemed to be coming at us every day. We are so pleased and relieved that our polling is holding up. But if you watch what's happening in the political scene, you know, every day or every second day now we seem to have something thrown our way on Māori. I'm also a person who's involved in justice. I work in the gang area, and of course, apparently we're soft on crime because I meet with people who are in gangs. You know, that sort of nonsense. You know, doesn't matter whether we deplore gangs, which a number of us do. Doesn't matter if we've worked with them and work with their whānau. None of that means anything. The minute you meet with them, apparently you go down the tubes. You know, every opportunity that the opposition can take, they'll have a crack at us. The latest one being the colonisation kōrero that's gone down in the last few days. But we have got a Prime Minister who has been very clear that we have to kia uki te kaupapa and be steadfast, and most of all give our people the opportunities that they've always deserved. So I mean to you, Ariana and Tama, in terms of Amotai and to Te Puni Kōkiri, to my agency, in terms of doing what you're doing. I heard some of this kōrero today, and I'm encouraged by the passion and by the enthusiasm of our people, and we want to be there. We want to be there through this, and we want to see how 5% works out. And in 12 months, if that 5% becomes 10%, well, even better. Even better. But we have to make sure that it works for everyone. We have to make sure that our people take every opportunity, and we have to make sure that the accountability is clear. Because the minute, sadly, we make a mistake is the minute that they come for us. Is the minute that they come for us. And but that's the environment that we work in. That's the environment that I've decided to be part of again, sadly. Should have stayed with Jim Mather and made plenty of money on all the boards he's on. But how many boards are you on, Jim? You know, talk about courage. Jim has got a lot of courage. He was one of our finest Māori television, in fact he was our best Māori television CEO, if the truth be known. But we need people like Jim Mather and who are doing the business out there, people who've got courage, who know that attacks are going to come, because by the very virtue that you're a Māori business, you're going to attract attention all the time. And so we must keep our nerve, go forward. You have my full support, you have my agency's full support, and you have our government's full support. Congratulations on your day. It's been great just to come along to share a few last words with you. Hope you all have a good drink later on. Kia ora no tātou katoa.